Welcome, I'm Enchantress Shane, and we are talking about the inner critic. So everybody has an inner critic. Michael Jordan has an inner critic. Oprah Winfrey has an inner critic. And if you're as old as I am, you might be younger. There is an actress called Sally Field, and she won an award. And when she did her acceptance speech, she held it. I think it was like the Oscar. And she's like, "You like me. You really, really like me." So it was a really beautiful moment, and it was played over and over and over again because it was the admittance that she wasn't really sure. And there are they're all flooding my head right now, but there are so many examples of how our sacred and coveted celebrities who we hold on this high horse, on this high place, and assume and act like they don't have any worries and they don't have an inner critic. Well, I'm here to tell you they do. It's human, it's normal. And these 3 steps, not 3 ways, but 3 steps, how to hack through them, can be life-changing. Okay, number 1. So inner critics are somebody else's truth about you. Now, it doesn't even mean it's true, but let's say you were a child and you were singing la la la, and one of your parents came along and said, "Stop singing, you're hurting my ears." Your little girl, your little boy self, took that in as like, "You're bad." And so that inner critic took that voice, took that, and it could have been the mom or dad had a headache that day, but it doesn't matter. Your inner child, your little person self, made the connection. When I sing, it makes mommy and daddy sad or angry. Okay, in your head, you never sing again. And it doesn't even mean you're going to remember that moment. So our inner critics don't only come from big trauma, they come from micro moments when people made us feel less than and people put their power over us. So it can come from anybody who has power over you. It could be a parent, a teacher, an older sibling, or just a random adult that happens to be taller than you. It can be a peer, or somebody that's older or bigger, or someone that you think is cool, to use little kid language. So when we grow up, let's say somebody said to me, "You are nasty. You are mean. You're a pushover. You're a scatterbrain. You're lazy. You'll never get your shit together." Like all those inner critic voices, those are some of mine. They become I. I'm lazy. I'm a scatterbrain. So somebody at some point directed it at you, and now you have, because it's been so long, you have turned to own it. And now you say, "I'm lazy. I'm a scatterbrain. I'm never going to have my shit together. I'm fat. I'm this. I'm that. I'm out of control." And when that happens, it's not like you're aware that you're doing it, but it just becomes this rotating album or tape player or hamster wheel, if you will, that constantly reminds you, "You're fucked up. You can't do that. Just shut up. Just be quiet. Hide in the back of the room." And it's that voice that's like, meh, like a low-grade fever. Meh. And then if something big happens, "Oh, you fucking idiot." Like I've caught myself saying that out loud. So here's what I want to say. The 3 steps, the first one's always awareness. So when you're aware, it might be a very big point. So it might, the one that's like, meh, those are really hard to notice voices because they've just been inner criticking the whole fucking time. But a perfect example would be you locked your keys or you don't know where your keys are and you're leaving the house, you're running late, and it's cold. And you're like, "Oh, where are my keys? Where are my keys? I'm such a fucking idiot. I can't believe I'm fucking late. This sucks. I hate my life." So all of that avalanche comes on. That's when you can become aware because it's so loud. Now, maybe not in that exact moment, but like 5 minutes after when your heart's racing and you're still grumbling to yourself, you might be like, oh shit, it's happening. My inner critic is here. What should I do? So that's the first step, is the awareness. Okay? The second step after you become aware is change it from I to you've. Okay? So you're changing it as if you were talking to somebody else. So here's an example. I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm so lazy. I'm so late all the time. I'm careless. So it would be, you're so lazy. You're so careless. You're a fucking idiot. You're running late all the time. So take it off yourself. And then in that, announcing it out loud if you can, you'll hear how abusive it is. So awareness, changing it from I to you. And then the third step, and this is like ninja shit, folks, is to soften and be kind with your mind. The third step is bring softness, but be kind with the mind. So, okay, here we go. Let's do the one about being lazy. So you would go from, I'm fucking lazy, to, you're fucking lazy, to, I really enjoy being comfortable, and it's really hard for me to move when my body feels comfort. Does that make sense? Okay, another one would be, the first step is like, oh, I'm such a fucking scatterbrain. Step 2, you're such a scatterbrain. You're such a fucking scatterbrain, which might bring some awareness, like, oh my God, that's abusive, but whatever. And then the third step is, I am interested in so many things that it's hard to keep track of where my keys are. I'm doing the best that I can. It's always nice to add that third part on. So awareness, flip it, be kind with your mind. Awareness, flip it, be kind with your mind. And actively, you will start changing and rearranging your brain. It's actual work you can do with your brain. At 25, the brain is not as spongy as it used to be. It stops. You can still learn. It's just a little harder. But I have clients in their 60s, 65, 70. I have an 80-year-old client. We work on mindset because that's what this is. So just really remember, you're human. It's totally okay to have an inner critic. They don't have to be abusive or so fucked up if you start to dismantle them. Thank you for watching this. And if you want more goodies like this, you can join me in the Awkward Enchanted Coven or the Relational Embodied Intimacy Group. One is for women and one is for men and women. Have a magical rest of your day. Enchantress Shane signing off.